Okay, I don't know what happened to the live. Apparently, I'm using a new streaming. Um, I'm using a new streaming website, and I don't know. It kicked me out all of a sudden. But anyway, sorry. We're continuing the live. Um, so many people tuned in. I'm so upset. Sorry. What the hell? So weird. Anyway, am I back? Okay. Let's just close it. All right. As I was saying, in this cheating journey, you might believe, if you haven't watched the first part of this video, I recommend that you go and watch Have You Been Cheated on part one. I mean, I don't even think I was planning on doing part one, but the streaming device that I was using, kicked me out. So I'm back. Just gonna do it in this format for now, and then I'll figure out the rest on. Okay. I recommend you watch the first part. So, as I was saying, is that if you've been cheated on or betrayed, you might have this idea that if you get in a relationship, the partner that you choose, he's going to do the same thing. And since you have this idea that everybody's against you, you're unconsciously attracting the same type of partner. What does that mean? That he's probably going to cheat on you just because you believe that way, or because you keep replaying the things that happened to you when you were betrayed, that you're probably just going to attract more misfortune. So it's really about becoming aware that nobody's out to get you. That even though you've had bad experiences, that they had to happen in your life because they had a reason, they had a purpose. You've learned something from those mistakes, or you've learned something of the past experiences that you've been through. I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, even though we might not understand. Even though we might not understand it, there is a deeper um message behind everything that's happening. So I recommend that you come to terms on what happened, or like kind of even accept it, because sometimes we don't even accept that this betrayal is happened because of their lack of security. When you become aware, when you learn um when you learn transformation, when you learn evolution, when you come into my courses and you understand that people are only mirrors, when you understand that whatever their state of being when that happened was simply because they needed to go through that, when you learn that it had nothing to do with you could finally understand and accept that what you've been through. So why why am I doing this? Because I been through there. I had a boyfriend that cheated on me, um, and I didn't give him a second chance. I didn't give him a second chance, and this may vary for other people, of course, but I had very strong boundaries because of what I've seen in my life, because of the type of example that my mother and my grandmother set out for me. And even though I didn't accept that for myself, I was still carrying this belief that men were all the same, or I had this belief that like at one point he would do that, or at one point I was attracting that. So when I was only 25 years old, I was like, oh my god, I really want to attract my divine union. I want to get married, I want to have kids, this type of um work is really intentional. And sometimes you attract partners not because what you want, but because of what you've been through, you're going to continue to attract the same patterns unless you rewire your mind into something different. So when you start to rewire your mind into something different, you're going to realize that another expectations is going like shows up naturally. I was so focused before on getting my way, on doing it alone, and I had to change and rewire. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten a partner. I have another video of, I think it's called "Are You Emasculating Your Man?" And that was the type of woman that I was. Even though in the beginning I was amazing, like at the end of the day, I would um challenge the partner that I was with or the guy that I was dating, and it wasn't really aligned. It was so bad. It was if they're not willing to step up, I was very hard, very harsh, I would say. I'm not taking anything back because I've learned from my mistakes. And when I say this, it's not for anything other than to show you that you are able to do something better for yourself. If you've been cheated on, if this is recent, or maybe it's happened to you at some point, I want you to realize that you're able to attract something better, something else. That's why I created, or I'm hosting a masterclass at the end of this month, which I'm so excited that it has to do with our emotions and our mind, our belief system, and how all of these create our identity. When this creates our identity, we tend to repeat the same patterns unless you want to expand, um unless you want to be something better. Why do you think some people stay in the same spot for so many years? Like, it's like they're like telling the same stories. Like, tell me something different. When you realize that you're able to do something better for yourself, your soul expands, your life experience expands. Let me know if this makes sense. If you have any questions, write them down, and I'm going to get to them in a little bit. So I really wanted to remind you that you're able to create a different life than what you have right now. And be aware on that time whenever you are doing great in your relationship, be aware in what areas you are sabotaging and what areas like are going bad. And it's because you haven't been able to expand. You need to hold the frequency so the other areas multiply. I go more into the details of this and the masterclass that I'm planning on doing this end of June, June 30th. And if you're really interested, I would love to have you. The link is in it's on the description box. So yeah. Let me see if I had anything else to say or share with you. I don't know. I send love, peace, and enlightenment to the people who are here today, right now. I would love to know how you are. I would love to know if you've been through this situation. I would love to know if you've um are working through something like this, like you've been betrayed and you don't know how to handle it. Hi Charles, welcome in. Charlie, yeah. Because whenever something traumatic happens, there is a deeper wound being there. There's a deeper wound happening. If we're not aware, we're going to attract misalignment. Um, Even though I think that was one of the main reasons why my something was no longer resonated 5 years ago, because I had all of this, what you can call success, but I wanted to have an aligned partner. I wanted to be in a divine and delicious relationship. I wanted to create a family for myself, one step at a time. Last year, I got engaged. Like, and that can happen for you. But if you've been betrayed, are you still stuck with that? Does it still hurt you? Are you no longer showing up authentically in relationships? Because if you're not, it really shows up. You might come off as harsh. You might come off as you have a shell on. Let me know in the chat if this resonates with you because I would love to know. It really has to do with what your boundaries are. And my boundaries, I was not up for it. Hi, RK Gamer. Welcome in. Love you from India. Welcome. I'm so happy for you to be here. I was sharing something very vulnerable and something that I think it's life changing. And oh my God, Katy. Hola. I miss you, te extraño. Qué linda. Mm. Te mando muchos saludos a ti, a mi Anilú, a mi tía Gladys, a mi tío Alberto. Um, I'm uh, I'm sharing this because I used to be the type of person that was so caught up in thinking everyone was out to get me. I love you so much, Katy. I'm from Peru, but I live in the United States. So thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I think that was all that I had to say. I think Latiki was a very special soul in my life, and I think she served a bigger purpose than what I can share. Just like I said before, she was like my source, not my source, but she taught me a lot of things that many people don't get to experience, and that's unconditional love, or at least that's how I felt it. Um, Hi Yacht Chamber. He's like, do you drink olive oil? Yes, I drink. I mean, I don't drink it. I have it in my salads, but yeah, I'm aware that olive oil is very good for you. Hello, what's your name? I'm not sure. I know how to say that. Lindo Kulesawalis. Thank you so much for your compliments, RK Gamer. Yeah, who are you? Who is superstars? Yeah, this is Greta. What's up? Happy Pride Month. Oh, I thought we were like friends or something. Like you knew me in like person. Hi, welcome. Superstars. What's your name? He's calling you by your name. Hello, Angel. Hi, Cody. Yeah, you're late. This is my second live. Um, the first live was very fulfilling, but somehow it got cut off because I'm using a new streaming device, and I thought I would just finish it in this one. You just came. Wait, what? I just came across your channel. Well, welcome. Legalized dreamfish. Okay. Yeah. Hello, Angel. Hello, Sabi. I've never been to India, but I would love to, go there. I didn't get stung by a bee. I have been, but not right now. Oh, amazing, Cody. You're going to get, if you want to apply for the masterclass, it's on the description box. And I'm not sure if you're in your phone. I don't know how that looks. But anyway, if you're interested in joining the masterclass, go into into the description box, and then you're going to see uh, a sentence that says join the masterclass. You click on that, and then you put in your email, and then you're going to get an email on June 30th for this masterclass. I'm so excited to do that masterclass because this transformation journey that I've been on, like I really want to share. If you are being called to like step up to a better version of yourself, come in. It's the masterclass is free, and I'm sharing a lot of knowledge that I've managed to study and apply it into my life, because information, if you don't apply the information that you have and you don't actually like embody the information that you have, it serves no purpose. Thank you, Connor. Yeah, I know how to swim. I was actually a swimming instructor for kids. I used to give I used to give classes for kids and autistic kids actually. He's- If you're interested in like listening to the entire video, I recommend you watch from the beginning, because I really go into the deep dive of how cheating is showing up in your life right now. And yeah, I don't understand that. What is it about Letty? What? I live in Florida. Yeah, we really, Cody says, I can feel that we're gonna do some groundbreaking stuff with the class. I agree, because everything that I've done so far has been recorded. It's never been like a live teaching, and it's something that I'm being called to do and share. And I think I was hiding before. So to interact, with the people who are interested in evolving, I think it serves a greater purpose than me being shy in my teaching. So or not even a teaching, it's streaming this knowledge, this interpretation of everything that I've studied. So I think you're going to love the class as well. Um, Hi Break 0501. I live in the United States. Um, yeah. Hi Israel. I would love for you to join the masterclass if you're available. It will be happening in June 30th. If you're not available to join in, like it'll still be recorded. And then I'll be launching like another container thing that day. So that's exciting. Thank you for your compliment. Israel, what type of advice would you want? Like, tell me right now. Ask me the question. Like, about this subject, about being cheated on. Please answer so we can have a conversation. Mephisto says, do you feel like women have game? I don't understand what that means. I think a woman has to have fun. Like she needs to um play, but not in the way, not in like the wrong way, if you understand what I'm saying. According to John, he asks if I've ever been cheated on. Yes, I've been cheated on when I was younger. I recommend you watch this live from the beginning so you can see what I talked about and how that affects in your life if you don't really um, feel that betrayal. Like if you just suppress the emotions, it's going to affect in your life in one way or another. It really depends on the person. Cody, have you also have you been cheated on? Hello. I'm not saying that women have drivers. Okay, I'm not gonna read. Hello. I hope you have a blessed day as well. All of you that are watching. Hi. Yeah, I love teaching swimming, but there's a bigger thing that I meant to teach in this world. I live in Tampa, Florida. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Mavu. Hi. Well, I'm engaged, Francisco. Thank you so much for the proposal. Have a good breakfast as well. Jesus loves you as well. Cody says, I hope we're going to do some more groundbreaking stuff based on cheating in the masterclass because it's a topic that it's a topic that needs to be discussed on a deeper level. Cody, I think you have to watch the two videos that I just did. I did a video on like discussing cheating, being cheated on, sorry. But it broke down. This is the second part of that video. If you're interested in, if if you've been cheated on, that really affects us as humans, no matter what gender you are. And I say what gender because I've been cheated on, and sometimes we resent women or we resent men, and we like kind of generalize that all women are the same just because this person cheated on us, and that's not true. um People are different, and I think being intentional on what type of woman you want, and not talking about sexuality and talking about being monogamous is important as well, because we're having a conversation on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable in their relationship. So you kind of put all of your cards in the table, and when you're entering a relationship, like nothing stays in the clouds or nothing stays in the air, because whoever is aligned with what you're saying is going to, you know, be a reciprocal for that. So yeah, watch the first video and the second one. I mean, if you have a chance. My nationality, I mean, I was born in Peru, but I've lived in the United States since I was 10 years old. Do you think them cheating on you was your fault? I think in a relationship, we play a part, you know? And I mean, I was out of the country. I was a virgin. I mean, you have to listen to the story. So if you wanna, hear that. I mean, to answer your question, what did I play a part? I mean, you can blame it on me, but it's really uh I mean, I don't want to take accountability for that, but I do believe that we play a part some way or another. But the thing was that I was a virgin and he was also a virgin. I don't even know if that's how you say it for men, but we were talking about losing it together and that didn't happen. So when I found out, it was like huge change for me. And so, but if I were living with a person and they cheated on me, I think must have missed something. They're like, we can sense things. Um, I'm very intuitive, so I don't think that can like get passed by me. Have I ever cheated on someone? No, I've never been cheated. I've never cheated on anyone. Think love being very clear, very clear on that. Good evening, Miracle Linus. Hi, dear. Hello, babe. 551 area. It's 11:30. Great, in California. It's cool. Sorry. Hi, Lainey. How are you? Thank you so much for your compliments. Um, how do I do my eyebrows? I have so many, girl, I have so many videos on like makeup tutorials, but I just put a gel to it. Yeah, I just put a gel over my eyebrows and do them. Hi, Evans. Thank you. I don't know how to say your name, Ertile. I thank you for your compliments. He says those eyes reflect flare of beauty. Thank you. Peace, light, love, and abundance. I send that to you and everyone that's watching. Hello. I'm doing amazing. Thank you for your compliments. Yeah, sorry for like not. I'm doing amazing. What perfume do I use? I have so many. I love perfume. Um, Thank you. Have a nice day as well. Cody says, I'll definitely do a follow up on the videos you did after the stream. I want to be engaged on the topic too because I have so much to say. You know, I'm opinionated. Ugh, I love an opinionated person. Like, yes, let's get the conversation going, you know? Yes, I've been cheated on a guy before. I've been cheated. Rudo says, "Hey, can you please give my brother a shout out? His name is Dixon. Hey, Dixon." Um, yeah, Clarence says, "Great day, great view." Thank you. Hey, Cody says, "You're so spontaneous on on your values and morals. So I'm sure those two videos I'll follow up and I'll be very insightful." Thank you. Good evening. Thank you. My day's going amazing. Anyway, yeah. That was wild. I think I'm caught up. If you have any questions about cheating or being cheated on, let me know because I think I'm done. Like, yeah. If you want to join the masterclass, please join the masterclass because I want to and I love having opinionated people. I love when people share their life experience and you know this life is meant to be enjoyed. Like we believe that we must work hard. We believe that we have to suffer because of what we've been through, and that's not true. Um, yeah, I've been cheated on when I was younger. Diction says, "You're such an art of dynasty. Beautiful. If it were possible, I'd carry you in the embassy of hierarchy and be. Thank you. I'm not Mexican. I'm actually from Peru. Moving forward says, there's no such thing as being cheated on, especially if you already knew who you were dealing with. That's so interesting. I guess I was young and I didn't know. And yeah, like he completely took me off guard because I was not expecting at all that type of action from him. So when I moved away to States and he stayed in Peru, he was a swimmer in Peru. He did this. I was completely in awe. Like I was living in a lie almost. But then it has to do with your consciousness on how awake you are. And then you understand that it has nothing to do with you, but it has to do with their insecurities. And maybe they needed attention. For if I wasn't present, he needed attention from another woman who was going to give him that. Even though I was available to talk, maybe for men that's not enough. So it really has to depend on what type of man you have, or what type of connection you have. Yeah. Hey, are you addicted to coffee? That's funny. I'm not addicted. I don't think I'm addicted to coffee. No, I just have my regular coffee, like my cup. Hey, James. You're new. Okay. King says, "Hey, I was cheated on after a 4-year relationship. People are weird." That's deep. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, because after such a long time, we tend to think that we know the person, or we take that person for granted. It really depends on what type of relationship you have. But I do think that both parties play some sort of um, role in a relationship. So if we do not know, like, a lot of things you have to take into account, like, was she conscious? What, like, was it a lot of times? Did something happen that made her reach out to another man instead of you? There are so many things. Wouldn't be able to coach you, or yeah, to coach you, because I don't know the whole situation. But there's so many things that you have to take into account. And I think communication is very important in a in a relationship. Peruvian isn't Spanish. No, it's in South America. It's right next to the Pacific Ocean. Colombia, Ecuador, Chile, Bolivia. Moving forward says he did you a favor, for sure. Did you give a reason to cheat on you? Um, well, I don't I don't think so. I was such an angel. Like, yeah, no. I don't think so. I mean, I was trying to reach out, and now to think of it, I think we were too young. And when you're too young, we're just getting out of the world. We're just getting out of high school. Like, we're meant to experience things, and we don't really know the consequences of our actions. So back then I I could say that I was naive. I was young, innocent. That's all I can say for that Greta that was cheated on. Hi, Oracle King. Thank you so much. Hi, Diction. I have a fiance, but thank you for your compliment. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. I'm calling all of my girlies because you are meant for an aligned, a divine union. And if you haven't already, Sylvia, please join my masterclass, okay? The description, in the description box, there's a link. Hi, Mohammed. How are you? Hi, Cody. Cody says that thing is the most women get cheated on because of self ignorance. Can you share more on what you have to say about that? Jordan says, have you been to France and what is the food like in France? I've been to France. I love France. I can't wait to go again. In regards to food, um, I don't know how to explain it. It's a good question. Am I addicted to social media? No, I'm not addicted. I can like stop myself, just get out of the social media. Yeah. Haya Kawanda. Reminiscing on moving forward says reminiscing on being cheated on is what the so-called cheater wants. Hmm. Moving forward says it's best to just not remember or talk about them. That's an interesting point of view. I mean, I agree. Like I don't have anything like I'm not the type of person who just thinks about her past, you know? No, I'm not that type of person. But I think it's very important for us to feel what we feel in in the present moment. And if we are not able to feel that, we are going to suppress that emotion. I mean, if you've been watching my content, you should know by now that's like the first thing you have to do. Lingo says you could just be honest about what. Hello, Uwanda. Eddie says, hello, I'm watching you from Uganda. Wow, that's amazing. I can't believe you're watching from there. Like, I love the internet. We are able to tune into these people with knowledge from all over the world. Like, it's such a blessing to be alive in this century. Hi, King 90 120. No, yeah. It feels as though it's time. Most females, I feel, aren't loyal to the person and more to status. I feel like it was for money. I can hear or I can understand why you feel this way. And if you've been cheated on in the past, I have to tell you, it has nothing to do with you, but it has more to do with the insecurity of the girl that wasn't seen or didn't feel heard or didn't feel heard in the relationship, that she went out of her way to feel seen. But at the end of the day, when she had intimacy with another man, maybe didn't even feel that void that she had. So at the end of the day, I wanted to share with you that not all women lie. Like, believe it for yourself, not for me. Hello, Jonick. Hello, Sylvia. What? Okay. I don't really understand your question, Diction. Can you rewrite it? King 90 says, I'm not rich, but I do make money, but the person she's with has a better financial situation. That's what I can see. Not saying I'm perfect, and I don't think, but I don't think I put too much strain on the relationship. That's an interesting point of view. And maybe it's just God or your higher power or the higher power showing you that there's a better option out there. Sometimes we don't realize that there is something better for us. And we have to kind of accept and sit with this. Otherwise we're caught up trying to control that relationship that didn't work. And maybe it was for the better good. This is not for children. Thank you, Diction. Your finance is so gifted. You're a diamond. I'm 30 years old. Pram J says, "You look familiar. I've met you before. I met you before." Oh, no. Hello, writer's block. Thank you for your compliments. Um, no, I would never cheat. I would never cheat, and I've never done it before. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And I think that was all I had to say for today. This has been amazing. And I really hope to see you in the masterclass. It's going to be so divine. If you are ready to step up, ladies, I invite you to join me because this information can no longer stay with me. Like, I have to share it. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this live, and I send you love, peace, abundance. You just need to open up for to receive these blessings that I'm sending out. Bye, guys.